Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Julia. In today's video we are going to talk about some books, and I'm going to give you an update on my little crochet project that I've been working on here and there. Before we get into this video, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and thank you for watching. Thank you for all of your support. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and get into the crochet project that I have been working on. So I finally finished the granny square blanket. If you've not seen that video, I have a few crochet vlogs or updates on my progress with that, and then I finally finished it and washed it, and it just went not good. But anyway, here is the crochet basket, and I'm going to show you my project that I'm working on. I finished all of my squares. It's more of like, I want it to be a patchwork cardigan. Not sure if I have enough squares for the patchwork cardigan. So I don't know what I'm doing with it. At this moment, I don't know what I'm doing with this project, but these are the squares and this is what it's looking like. I really like this color palette for the fall. Like, I'm so happy with how it turned out, but like I said, I'm not sure what I want to do with it. Like, I think I'm gonna just do a cardigan, and hopefully I have enough squares, and this is gonna be the back piece of it. And then now I gotta attach the front, but I think I need to add one more row of squares for the back. And then add the two panels on the front and add the sleeves, and then probably be done with it. But I got all the squares done. I'm finished with all the squares. So I have all of these here. And all I did for the squares is, it is 22 chains, like 22 going across, and then I added one more at the end, and then turned my work, and then half double crochets in the back loop only, so like in the little back part of the loop only, to make it look like this ribbing effect, which I really like. I really like how this looks, especially for like a cardigan or sweater or something like that. So I really like how these turned out. So yeah, and then I did, I think, 12 rows up, 12 rows of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rows. So I mean, like I said, I like it. I really like it. So I'm just going to try to figure out how to piece together the cardigan. Once again, like I said, this time I did not do slip stitches into like attaching them together like I did my blanket. So in my blanket, I did slip stitches to attach the squares, but this time I used a embroidery needle or darning needle, whatever. I used a needle, and then I took some yarn and I just pretty much sewed it, like weaved it in and out of it. So hopefully that stays and it doesn't loosen up like with the blanket it loosened up. I don't know. I'm just winging it, going as I go. Okay, so we're gonna get into these books that I have read recently and pretty much that I'm currently reading. I'll give you just like an update on the books that I have been reading and my thoughts so far. I'm not really too far into any of the books that I'm reading right now. I'm actually reading 5 books. So yeah, I grab a drink. I'm about to take a sip of my coffee, and we'll go ahead and get into talking about my books. I guess we can start off with the books I already read last month. It's October, so in September, I don't think these were the only 2 books I read in September. I don't know. I have to go through my Goodreads. So we'll just talk about the 2 books that I have finished recently. This took me all year pretty much to finish. I started it actually last year around Christmas time because it begins in Christmas. Like, it starts off on Christmas Day pretty much, and I think that's when I started this book, was Christmas Day. Yes, Christmas won't be Christmas without any presents. That's what Joe said in Little Women. So I finally finished Little Women, and I have some tabs. I really like marking down or putting tabs on what I really like. Either it's like a favorite quote, a favorite moment in the book, whatever the case may be. I just usually tab it with no kind of like category of tabs. I just kind of wing it. But Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. So my thoughts on it, I really enjoyed it, even though it took me a very long time to finish it. I really liked it though. I really liked the feel, like the vibes of it. I really like that time back in the days. When was the set? Does it even say? It's got to be in the 1800s. I don't think it even says what time, but I mean, first published in 1868 and based on Louisa May Alcott's own unusual family. This novel brings to life some of American literature's most vibrant female characters. So basically we have the Little Women, which are going to be Jo, Meg, Amy, and Beth. It's 4 of them. And then their mother, Marmee, and they survived the hardships of the Civil War and the dramas and tragedies of family life. So, but like I said, I really enjoyed the era, the time that this was like set in, and just kind of like hearing how they talk and stuff like that. I just really enjoyed it. So, it was an easy read. Like, I think the only reason why it took me so long to get through is just because I was not that invested in it at the time. I was just like invested in other things, and I do get very, very sidetracked easily. So I go to other things. That's why I'm reading like 5 books right now because I just can't stick to one. So I'm reading 5. Anyway, that was my thought on Little Women. I really liked it though. I think I gave it like 4 stars on Goodreads. Let me see. We'll go back. So on Goodreads, I gave Little Women 4 stars. And then I read Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, and I rated it 5 stars. And it took me only like 2 weeks to read it. I got some tabs on the side as well. And yeah, I really, really, really enjoyed it. The characters in this book was so likable. They're just, I really liked it. The female character, Alexis, she was something else, and I just adored Daniel. Like, 2 really good characters. She's a big city girl. He's a small town guy, and it was just so heartwarming to read and just so fluffy. And I really liked it. So, yeah, I highly recommend you guys reading this. I will be reading the second one. I think she has a second one that is a different character's story. So I think I will be reading that one. I have it, I believe. What's the second one in this series? I think it's a series. The other books are Yours Truly and Just for the Summer. So I have Yours Truly, and I will be picking that up, but not yet because I have so many books that I'm reading and wanting to read right now, especially for this time of year. I'm a mood reader, but I also like the atmosphere. Like, I have to have a really good setting. It's got to be like, you know, fall vibes, things like that. So let's get into the books that I am reading. Okay, so let's talk about, I guess it's a ebook that I got from NetGalley, and I am reading Phoenix Rises, Dragon Soars, and it is from the author Charlotte Salter. It is an advanced review copy. Actually, by the time this, oh, actually it comes out, I'm recording this on a Monday, but you guys won't see it probably till Wednesday-ish. So the book will already be out by the time this uploads. It is a science fiction and fantasy novel. It is an adult novel. I like it. It's not that bad. So far I am, let's see, 74% through the book. So I'm actually almost finished. And yeah, I really like it. We have, you know, I think it's like there's like four main characters. I will read you, I guess, the little synopsis. It says, an empire in turmoil, a forbidden magic promising death, 4 lives changed forever. The emperor is dead and his widow's rule drowns the land in fear. Soldiers terrorize the very people they should protect. Taxes bleed the poor, and the executioner's blade awaits any accused of using magic. So basically, like, if you're using magic, you're going to be punished, pretty much. A mercenary haunted by his past risk, his future for a chance at the family he thought he could never have. A noblewoman, bereft of home and memory, begins reclaiming her past to avenge those she lost. A disgraced commander hunts the truth behind his family's murders, leaving death and destruction in his wake. A shamaness is driven from sanctuary by the desperate actions of a grieving man. Through everything, the thread of a dangerous magic runs deep, volatile as its wielder's emotions. It forges bonds of loyalty and love and holds the power to reshape the empire's fate. But trust is fragile, and when long-buried secrets surface, bonds may shatter, and the vengeance may be all that remains. So, and it is also set in a world inspired by Imperial China. So, dark, character-driven, epic fantasy in the unforgettable beginning of the Four Guardians trilogy. So it is a trilogy, and this is book 1. Four Guardians is the name. So, I mean, when I saw the title, Phoenix Rises, Dragon Soars, I kind of wanted some, like, dragon type vibe. I didn't get that. I didn't get no dragon type vibe from this book. And I mean, even like on the cover, it's like it shows like a little dragon and a phoenix. But I'm just not feeling the dragon vibes. And like so far in the book, it's like 2 of the characters are trying to like use their magic. They're trying to practice their magic and stuff like that because they haven't really learned to control their magic. And once again, magic is forbidden in this world. So it's like they have to learn how to control it or it'll be exposed pretty much. And then we have the Empress, who is also like trying to find these people that are using magic, and she can sense it, and she has spies and stuff like that. And it's a lot going on, but I don't want to spoil anything. But this is so far my opinion of it. I would have liked to have some kind of dragon type vibe, and I didn't get a dragon type vibe from it. So I don't know, maybe it'll come later or whatever. But anyway, okay, on to the next book I'm reading. So I take this book to work with me when I go to work, and I'm reading on my break time. It is pretty fast paced. I'm on page 129, chapter 15. So they are pretty short chapters. But this is Dean Koontz, The Voice of the Night. He writes a lot of like disturbing things at times. There's things that you really need to look up before reading a lot of his work, because sometimes there are things that are just like, really, like, do you have to go there in certain aspects of it? And I just get mind boggled with some of it. But anyway, I don't like reading his books like all the time. Like even with Stephen King, it's like I have to take a break, because it will get to me where it's like I'm having nightmares or whatever, or like my mind starts to wander and it goes in places. But anyway, but we are following two friends in this book, Colin and Roy. Roy is fascinated with death. Actually, it says on the back here, I'll read you the little back part. No one could understand why Colin and Roy were best friends. Colin was so shy. Roy was so popular. Colin was nervous around girls. Roy was a ladies' man. Colin was fascinated by Roy, and Roy was fascinated by death. Then one day Roy asked his timid friend, "You ever killed anything?" And from that moment on, the two were bound together in a game too terrifying to imagine and too irresistible to stop. So that's what the back of it says. And like I said, my opinion on it so far is like, okay, let's get to, you know, the whole plot of the book. I mean, it is very descriptive too in certain things. There are some disturbing things. Like I said, it's Dean Koontz, and that's all I'm gonna say. Okay, the next book that I'm currently reading is If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I'm so excited for this book. I really, really like this book. And I am on page 58. So I've done a lot of annotating. So they don't, well, the way the book is laid out like a play pretty much. So you have acts 1, 2, and 3. So I'm on act 1, and then I'm on scene 12. So act 1, scene 12. They're not like by chapters or anything like that. And there are a lot of references to William Shakespeare. So I would say if you're not into theater, then you probably wouldn't enjoy this book as much. But I love it. I love it. I took drama class in school. My, like, I think 10th grade year, 9th grade. I think I was in 9th grade. I think it was 9th grade year. I took drama class for like, I think 1 semester. Or did I have it for the full semester? I can't remember now. Or maybe it was 10th grade. Anyway, I took drama class and I really liked it. I really found it like very fascinating. Just the whole like the acting and the tragedies, the comedies, the plays, the whole history of it. Like I found that really, really intriguing and fascinating, and I want to learn more. And actually I have a huge book of all of William Shakespeare's plays that my grandmother left me. So I'm really excited, like I said, to get into a lot of those plays, just to like look at them and go through them and read them. I think it would be really fun. But like I said, there are a lot of quotes from Julius Caesar to Macbeth to what was the other one? Hamlet, Henry V, The Merchant of Venus, The Comedy of Errors. So there are like all kinds of different like quotes from the plays. So it would be really fun to go through the plays and just like read them and, you know, reading the back a little bit. Because like I said, I'm only like 58 pages in. But the first, the first sentence was already like, I sit with my wrist cuffed to the table and I think, but that I am forbid to tell the secrets of my prison house. I could a tale unfold whose lightest word would harrow up thy soul, which is actually a quote from Hamlet, Act 1, Scene 5. But it starts at like here, or whatever. But I did a lot of tabbing, like I said, the quotes from all of the plays from Shakespeare. We have 7 characters, but our main character is Oliver, and they are in their 4th year and final year of school. They are actually like rehearsing a lot of the plays and stuff like that in this book, and we're just trying to find out. There was a murder that happened, and they're trying to find out, like, basically, you know, what really happened. And yeah, I really like it. So far so good. And we're just, right now I'm just pretty much learning about the characters. That's what we're pretty much getting into. Their, you know. And then I am reading, hold on, let me get another sip of my coffee. Okay, so the next book that I'm reading as well is Angelica Makes Her Match by Sally Thorne. This one is kind of like, it's kind of weird. I guess that's how you explain it. To me, it's kind of weird. It's like, she's basically making up her man, pretty much. She made her man, like her and her brother Victor Frankenstein. They're in the lab. They're cooking up people, pretty much. They're cooking. They're making their match. They're creating people, pretty much. They're taking people from the morgue, and then they're creating people back to life from different body parts. So yeah, my thoughts. I'm on page 86. I was in the middle of chapter 7. This book is too funny. Like, I can't take it serious. Like, you really can't. It's a pretty funny book. To me, it is. But it is what it is, right? Like, I mean, it is so funny. And I mean, I read The Hating Game, and I wasn't a big fan. I think I gave it maybe 2 stars or something like that. I can't remember, but I didn't really care for it. This one, her writing style is pretty good. You know, that's why I give her a second chance. I was like, okay, Sally Thorne, come through for me again. Let me read Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match, since it is October, and I felt like, okay, let me get into, you know, hopefully it'll be a little good time, you know, for fall. And I mean, we got Frankenstein vibes. But it is just funny. It is such a fun time. This is really fun. It really is. So I am enjoying my time with Angelica Frankenstein. And then the last book that I'm reading, but I'm not reading, is like, I haven't even really picked up this book at all because of the heaviness of it, the deep topics, there's a lot of trauma in this book, and it's called A Little Life. So if you know, and if you are a reader and you've heard things about A Little Life, then you know it's very, very heavy. And I did get through the first part of the book, and Liz Bernard Street, I think I'm saying that right. But I got through the first part, so I'm on page, what page is this? 97. The beginning of the Postman. I'm on the second one. And I have written a lot of stuff in here. I have some sticky notes. I have some thoughts. Like I said, there's things that are circled and underlined, and I just haven't tabbed it yet. So I just kind of wanted to sticky note it, and I kind of wanted to write in there like my thoughts at that moment. But then something happened in my life, like I lost my grandmother. So I didn't think it was a good time to read into a heavy trauma emotional book. But we are following 4 college classmates. So this again is about 4 students, and they're going through life as well, and they have ups and downs and things like that that they go through. And I just don't feel like right now is the perfect time for me to read it because of my loss of my family member, my grandmother. Me and my grandmother were very close, but you know, it's a part of life, and everybody grieves in their own way. So however you grieve and however you deal with it may be different than how I deal with it or whatever like that. But as in reading, that's why I said I have like 5 books going. I have 5 books. You know, it happens. Well, it happens for me, and I feel that if I have different genres, like maybe I'm in the mood for a romance, maybe I'm in the mood for a dark academia book, maybe I'm in the mood for a thriller or horror. I think this would be considered horror. I mean, whatever. Or if I'm in the mood for a fantasy, I have a fantasy thing, or whatever the case may be, then I have options. I have plenty of options to choose from. So those are all the books that I am currently reading and that I have read, the 2 books that I've read recently. And I just wanted to give you guys an update and kind of like talk about it real quick. And I hope you guys enjoy this video of these little updates of my reading progress and things like that. So I will keep you guys updated with my cardigan crochet. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to say, and I'm probably just gonna read for the rest of the day and see you guys in another video, and have a good one. Bye, you guys.